Thank you. Thanks everybody for your attendance. Welcome to the meeting of the Executive Cabinet Member for Adults Health and Wellbeing. We've got a relatively short agenda today with a Part B section, which we will have to turn off this recording for. But we've got two items to deal with before that, though. Susan, has anybody submitted apologies for today that we are aware of?
Not that I'm aware of, no, although you've just pointed out Councillor Williamson is missing, but she may join shortly.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep moving because it is 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, first item on the agenda is the monitoring of executive cabinet member decisions. That report has been circulated. We don't normally discuss it, and it's not really for me to speak to because it's for other people to monitor my decisions. So over to other people. Councillor Walsh, I can see you indicated.
Thank you, Executive Member. The second item on page 2 of that report is the Home and Community-Based Support Framework contract. It talks about a contract from 1st September 23 to 30th November 24. We're almost at the end of that, but it's ongoing. Is that because it's a contract ongoing? And if it is, what is the position post-November when that contract expires?
Well spotted, thank you. Rachel, can you respond to that, please?
I can, yes. I was going to come in as well because I actually think a number of these that say ongoing are complete. And we need to record that. So that contract is in place, and actually we are currently out to procurement in terms of the following on contract as we speak to award that. So if it's okay with yourselves, I will make sure that we, myself and Sue, pick these up to make it cleaner for next time. The other one that I was going to highlight, which hasn't got anything next to it, is on page 4, I think it is. The second item on page 4, decommissioning of extra care Campbell House. This is now fully complete, and that service has ceased. All people were supported into new accommodation and positive outcomes there. Many of the other items with nothing next to them are in relation to finance reports that were for noting, so are all complete also.
Okay, I think for consistency then, because that column did throw me a little bit when I was reading the report, in that sometimes there is nothing recorded. Is there something that we can put in there just to fill the space so that there's at least something recorded in that column for consistency rather than leaving it blank?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Councillor Walsh, you happy with that response?
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Rachel, you were indicating before. Oh, that was to make the similar point, right? Of course. Okay. So that report is for noting, or which, and you can record that as having been noted.
Yeah. Thank you.
So next up is Adults Financial Monitoring Report, Q1 2024-25. Lynn, is this for you to speak to?
Yeah, this is me. So this is a Q1 finance report. So the revenue position as at Q1 is showing a balanced budget once we've done a transfer from reserves of 523k. The capital programme for 24-25 is 101k, and reserves for revenue are projected to be 10.582 as at the 31st of March, with 983 decrease in year, and the capital reserves are 1.127. In the tables, sorry.
No, carry
on. In table 2.1, the revenue budget, that's the changes from the start of the year and any changes made in Q1. Then we have the strategic redirection savings, which were 4 million for adults, and these were all identified within the adults budget report. Table 2 gives the movements in year that gives us the 523 that we need from reserves to balance the budget. Table 3 is the capital programme. Table 4 is the summary of reserves. And so then the recommendations within this report are to note that the revenue budget changes in year, notes the projected financial outturn position as at the 31st of March, notes changes within the capital programme as detailed, and agrees that the Director of Adults has delegated authority to call off the frameworks for the capital programmes as detailed in section 3.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm happy to take any questions.
Yeah, I can see Councillor Walsh indicating.
Thank you very much indeed. 2.3, paragraph table 2. The line that is departmental financial arrangements. Movement of 2.3 million over the original net budget. Can someone explain what that line means, please?
Sorry, table 2.3, did you say?
On 2.3, table 2, paragraph 2.3, table 2.
Yeah, so the line, the 2.475.
2.475 moving to 4.785, movement of 2.3. What is that variance? What's causing that variance? I don't understand what the phrase departmental financial arrangements means.
So within that budget is it's some of the grants that we've got in year for like hospital discharge grant. So it all goes at the start of the year, we put it into financial arrangements because we're not sure where it's going to be spent. And then during the year, it'll just get spent elsewhere. So it is just kind of just a pot of money that will be spent elsewhere. I mean, we can give you a bigger breakdown if you need a bigger breakdown.
In my financial terms, it's a suspense account. Thank you. I understand now.
Okay, thank you. Rachel, did you want to pick up that point as well?
Yeah, and a lot of those arrangements actually relate to the item we'll be discussing in part B, which are in relation to kind of hospital discharge monies, adult social care grants that we have to have a joint plan with the NHS spending, which then, in a sense, offset care packages into older adults and such.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just going to add, also within there will be sat the big savings option still, and it will have been realised elsewhere on care packages. So it will be showing an overspend there, but we will be moving it for Q3 to put it into the right places.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Councillor Walsh. Thanks, Lynn and Rachel. So the request of this report again is just a note, Susan, isn't it?
No, it's not. I think there are some approvals on this one. It's the next
apologies.
one, I think. It's the adults one. It's definitely got some approvals. The revenue budget change, that's to know what's to approve. Approve the delegation of authority to call off on the framework for the capital programme as detailed in section 3 of the report. The rest of it's to know. So just to approve that part of it, please.
Yeah. So yeah, those 3 things are noted, and the final one is agreed.
Yeah, smashing. Thank you.
All right. So we can move on to the finance report for public health. Lynn, are you going to speak to this again?
Yes, this is me again. So for public health, the revenue position as at the 31st of March is expected to be a balanced budget after we move 256 to reserves. The reserves are projected to be 3.74 as at the 31st of March. Then table 1.1 is the savings that were for public health, and these have all been delivered. Table 2.1 is the revenue budget changes from the start of the year to now. Then table 2.2 shows the detail of the revenue expenditure and the reserve movement. Table 3 is details of the reserves, and then the recommendations are note the projected financial position of the portfolio as at the 31st of March 2025.
Okay, thank you very much, Lynn. Just on the point around, let me find the section in the report. So when we talk about contract efficiencies and inflation in section 1.1 as being a saving, that is, in practical terms, that's where we are appointing people to deliver on contracts at the same financial number as previous years, but that is actually a real terms cut in the amount of money that we're spending, isn't it? Is that correct? I've seen nodding.
Yeah, so it will be just where we've, if inflation hasn't been applied, we'll have taken that inflation, but the contract price would have been agreed at that price.
Yeah, of course. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I'm happy to note all of those. I don't see anybody else indicating. So, noted.
Thank you. I'll just cease the recording now, seeing as we're going into the confidential section. Just bear with me while I just stop the recording.